Titles I want to discuss today. I want to discuss the meeting in Rome between Zelensky and President Trump. That's number one. Number two, I want to discuss karma. Karma. I want to discuss the DAs. Oh God, I'm sorry, y'all. My damn allergies. Oh gosh. I want to discuss the karma, that being Letitia James, Fannie Willis, Jack Smith, Alvin Braggs. How that whole situation is just coming back tenfold. Also, in relation to that, I want to discuss the two judges that got arrested. So there are your three topics that I want to discuss. Let's start off with, where do I start off with? Let's start off with the judges. So there's a judge in Milwaukee and a judge in New Mexico um, who were harboring illegal aliens. And well, one case, no, no, no. The judge in New Mexico was harboring an actually illegal alien, was taking him to the gun range. Um, the boy had pictures on his phone of people being decapitated, and all that stuff. So the people in the judge and his wife in Arizona are in a bad, bad, bad position. They got arrested by Tom Homan, Pam Bondi. So yeah, they will be seeing their day in court. That's number one. I mean, you can say what you want, but this boy having pictures of people being decapitated, that's so basically you're harboring a person who is allegedly tied to some murders. So that's not a good look for the judge and his wife in Arizona. Now, the judge in Milwaukee, it's a slightly different case. She wasn't harboring, but she aided and abetted, you could say, evaded. Okay, so from what I understand is that the guy was in her courtroom for some minor, whatever, domestic violence, whatever it was. And so she was like, okay, well, we're going to let you out on your own recognizance. Do whatever it was. She was going to let him out. ICE was on their way, was like, yo, hold him. We coming for him. So her being the liberal judge as she is was like, no, come here, come here, come here, come here. They're coming for you. So I'm going to let you out the back so that you can evade and escape ICE. So you helped. It's like helping a fugitive. And you being a judge, you know better than that. You're a judge. How does a judge? I mean, both cases are really ridiculous. Like, number one, how do you not only evade and help a guy escape from the law of ICE, but you are abating to a man who basically is illegal? You're taking him to the gun range. So he has a firearm, and then he has pictures in his phone of people being decapitated. Like, what the? Like, what? Okay, so we got that. And so you almost want to say, Democrats, keep doing what you're doing. Keep on, because y'all, you guys are really, really pushing the envelope. So yeah, I'm just I brought this up first. I wanted to get it out of the way because I've discussed Fannie Willis and Alvin Braggs. I've discussed, the situation with Trump and Zelensky, but this right here with the judges, yo, yeah. So they got arrested, and rightfully so. They got arrested, and rightfully so. So the evidence is clear cut. The evidence is clear cut, and I believe Tom Homan said there are going to be more arrests. More arrests? More judges? Wow. I mean, what? So yeah, Pam Bondi and Tom Homan. Yeah, Tom Homan. Apparently, they got more people in the pot. They got more violators. They got more people in the pot who have broken the law. I guess harboring uh, illegal aliens. I guess I don't know what like what what the heck is going on? Like, are people so defiant against Trump and so much TDS that you're willing to give up your career, not only your career but your very freedom? Like, you are a judge. So you've seen cases after cases after cases after cases of law breaking. So you clearly know the law and you have access to law books to see, like, you know what, if I do this, I could be arrested and get this much time. So it's like, and that kind of relates to the whole Letitia James thing. But y'all heard me speak about Letitia James, but Letitia James, at least she's not, well, you know what, let me stop. I was going to say, at least she's not as in much trouble as the judges, but hey, they say Letitia James could be facing 20 years. So, but these judges now harboring these illegal aliens, man, ooh, man. And I guess the judge in New Mexico felt like, well, if I step down, I guess it'll make it a whole lot easier. No, they smell blood, sir. When you step down, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're stepping down. Oh, this is even better." So yeah, it just adds on to the pressure. Oh man, I'm just amazed at just the audacity, the gall of these judges. Like, I knew, and I'm sure you guys knew, that these judges weren't on the up and up. I think we all can agree on that in a sense, but harboring like illegal migrants, taking them to the gun range, and just like what's going on, man. So yeah, oh gosh, let me see if I can get over in the left lane, and if I can get, because it's traffic. Somebody got in an accident apparently, y'all. Oh, there's the police right there. So, oh, fire truck. Yeah, let me make a left right here. Let me make a left right here because it's, oh, what's going on? Let's see. Yeah, cause Chubbs, what's going on, Chubbs? Yeah, Chubbs. Those two judges let the legals go, but if you and me were have been in jail, find their deserving. Yeah, hey, you know, this goes back to this whole being above the law. When they, Letitia James, Chubb be like, nobody's above the law. Like, yeah, you eating them words. You really eating them words. And so, Chubbs, did you know? Do you want to start, Chubbs? I'm gonna let you decide. Do you want to start with the judge in New Mexico or the one in Milwaukee? Which one do you want to start with? Because we're gonna have some fun right now. Chubbs, we are about to have some fun right now. Which judge do you want to start with? Which judge do you want to start with? The one in Milwaukee or the one in New Mexico? Because we're gonna have fun either way. Let's see what. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Mac? Max in the house. New Mexico was the worst to me. Yo, okay, let's start with New Mexico. Let's start with New Mexico. It was not only the worst, and I totally agree, it was worse. Um, yeah, it was worse. It was worse. I'm going to say it was worse because of the type of images the boy had on his phone. But in their defense, maybe they didn't see the decapitated heads on his phone. Maybe they didn't see that. Let's just say they didn't go through his phone. They, give him his privacy. But you took Mr. Gonzalez or Hernandez to the gun range. Now, if I'm not mistaken, don't get me started on like the whole convicted felons can't own firearms. But if you're an illegal alien, you can fire away. In fact, the judge is right there. So I'm just, yeah, when you say worse, yeah, what hands without a doubt, hands down, that yes, it is worse because you cannot tell me that you didn't violate all type of laws. I hear he was MS-13 to the judge, knew that. Right. I mean, it's kind of hard, Chubbs, to not see the tattoo forehead that says MS-13, Minnesota to Ducha right on your goddamn forehead, and the teardrop, and the goddamn, you know, on your neck. It's kind of hard not to see all them tattoos. And being that you're a judge, you have come across law enforcement, you have come across cases and DAs showing gang violence. And in order to, I'm sure you try cases dealing with gangs and gang violence, and in order to identify the gangs, you identify them by the tattoos. So it's very hard. Just like you and I know about the teardrops and the what they call the tattoo in the back of the head. They call it the license plate. They call. I mean, we know the tattoos, man. Come on, man. The tattoos are a dead giveaway. Chubbs, we were not born yesterday. You weren't born yesterday, Chubbs. So we know the judge and his wife weren't born yesterday. Come on. They are in the thick of it with law enforcement and DAs and doing cases every single day. That's what they do for a living. Like, I'm assuming you're retired, Chubbs. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm the truck driver, but we are we don't see as much gang activity as the judge and his wife. Well, let's just take his wife out of the picture. The judge himself have seen enough tattoos, have seen enough cases of violence, of drive-by shootings and stabbings, and you mean to tell me you didn't know you were harboring a gangbanger? Huh? Chubbs, you ever see Hardcastle and McCormick? Do you remember that show, Hardcastle and McCormick? Let me know if you remember that show. Maybe he thought he was doing a Hardcastle and McCormick moment. If you don't remember, I think I agree, and yes, I have Arena. Well, Chicago, I'm working, but listening. Okay, okay, yeah. Be safe. Good morning. Oh man, Ruby. Hey, everybody's here, man. I guess everybody wants to hear about the judge and how he was harboring this MS-13 gangbanger in his house who had pictures on his phone of people being decapitated. Hi, Chicago Hood, my friend. Yeah, Chubbs, Chicago Hood, man. Thank y'all for being here. Yeah, like how Chubbs, Chicago Hood, because you guys are all wise, Ruby. And again, I'm assuming Ruby, Chubbs, Chicago Hood, well, Chicago Hood, I don't know. You might be in a different category, but I'm assuming that all of us combined has not seen the amount of gang activity that this judge has seen, especially dealing with MS-13. Now, granted, I did grow up in South Central, and I've come across a lot of gangbangers, but let me tell you that they never lived in my house. They never lived in my house, is what I'm getting at. And so, at least nobody with that many tattoos. I've definitely seen more, unfortunately. Okay, Chicago Hood. So, what I'm saying is that just based on your knowledge, being in Chicago, when you see a Hispanic with tattoos on their forehead, teardrop on the eye, tattoos on their neck, you would assume that this person is a gangbanger. Now, granted, I mean it's hard to get around it because you say, oh, well, they're bikers. No, I mean, because their bikers are a gang. So it's hard. It's very hard to get around the teardrop. It's very hard to get around the tattoo on the forehead. and on the neck, and what they call in the back a license plate. Well, he had hair, so I can't even say he had a damn what they call a license plate, which is a tattoo in the back of your head. But what I'm saying is that it is hard to deny that this person is involved in gang banging activity when you being a judge come across this every day. Chicago hood. How many black, I don't want to make this a race issue. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Shout out to everybody in my chat. Let me ask this question. I'll rephrase the question because I don't want to make it a racial issue. How many, I was raised in the hood, but I have never seen that type of gang activity. Fair enough, Ruby, fair enough. So all I'm saying, Ruby, is that we are aware of it. Even if you're not around gangbangers, we are aware of it. This judge come across cases every single day. Every single day they come across cases that of gangbanging activity, violence, shooting, stabbings. They come across it. This judge come across it every day. So he looks in the books every day when he's sentencing people. All I'm saying is that he knows better. This is my point, Ruby. He knows better. So what did you think was going to happen? You harboring this? First of all, he's an illegal alien. What did you think was going to happen? So was him and his wife, waiting for the police to come lock them up? Because his wife was like, but it's almost like the video I seen. I don't know if you guys seen the same video that I saw. When they came and arrested him, he was cool. He was like, he seemed like, okay, I knew this was coming. He had that look. I don't know, maybe I'm interpreting that wrong, but he had that, oh man, I know, like he didn't seem surprised. This is what I'm getting at. So Chubbs said, no, I haven't, only because I live in the mountains. Okay, Chubbs, okay. Chatwell says that disgusting funeral this morning messed up my Saturday morning news. F the Pope. Well, we're going to come to that, Chatwell. We're going to come to the Pope. We're going to come to the Pope. We're going to come to the Pope. Give me a minute. I'm dealing with these judges right now. We're going to come to the Pope. I tell you what, after I deal with these two judges, we will deal with the funeral next. Hey, what's up, U.S. Army? And then we'll put Letitia James and all them last. We'll put the karma portion of them last. Okay, so let me. U.S. Army says, hey, didn't get any notice. This live feed had been happening, Miss Rollins also. Yeah, they trying to hide U.S. Army. Yeah, it's because me and Miss Rollins are dealing, shout out to Miss Rollins, the lovely, beautiful Miss Rollins. It's because we are dealing with real topics, and for some reason, um, YouTube wants me and Miss Rollins to be the next Shay Shay. They want stuff like Shay Shay. Shannon, Shay Shay, they want material like that. Like, oh, if you're black, we need you to do stuff like Shay Shay. They don't want us to do politics, especially a person like me. Hi, Chad, my friend. Okay, Chad's in the house. Judges being in prison forever. Yeah, uh, let me say this, Nolan. Just like Letitia James, just like Fannie Willis and all them, they're going to lose their position. But as far as like harsh time, I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. They might send these judges to prison, but if they elect a Democrat in 2028, they were going to pardon these judges because these judges were following the uh, the Democratic playbook. They were following orders from Mr. Soros. The same people that gave Fannie Willis, Jack Smith, Letitia James, Alvin Braggs, their orders are the same people that gave the orders to these judges. So the Democrats That's how they're rallying behind these judges right now. They're rallying behind Letitia James. They're rallying behind because it's a whole Democratic cabal. There's no justice if I don't see some real time. I agree, Chadwell. I agree. So everything has to be done quick right now. But again, who's to say down the line after Trump gets out of office, somebody won't come in? We got to make sure no Democrats come in because the minute a Democrat comes in, they're going to pardon those judges. They're going to pardon Letitia James. They're going to pardon Fannie Willis. They're going to pardon all these Democrats because all these Democrats are following their orders. And we talked about how it was funny how Biden didn't pardon Letitia James and Fannie Willis and all that. We talked about that before. So what I'm saying is this: even if they get real time, the chances are down the line somewhere, down the line year, I don't know how many years it'll take. As long as we don't get a Democrat in office, they'll do time and stay doing time. Within the realm of Trump, they're going to do time. Okay, let's see what Chadwick says. The Democrats are on their way out. The party is. I agree. I agree. I agree. But it's just like Nolan. You ever had roaches in your house before? And I'm not being funny, but I'm just saying. You ever had roaches? You spray for the roaches. You spray for the roaches. As long as you keep spraying for the roaches, they will die out. Unfortunately, the minute you stop spraying, they come right back. That's the Democratic Party. That, my friend, is the Democratic Party. And we have to keep spraying and spraying and spraying and keep maintaining the house to make sure those roaches don't come back. That being the Democratic Party. So, yeah, we can get them to do time. We can do that. Is wait a minute. Is that place open? Wait, today's Saturday, right? Yeah, today's Saturday. Okay. Um, I agree, Nolan, with what you're saying. Um, Again, there will be more arrests according to John Homan. Ruby says the Democrats are done for at least the next three election cycles. That's what I'm talking about, Ruby. So as long so those judges are going to jail. So if what Ruby is saying is true, they'll do a time for those for three election cycles. And they're so old they probably won't outlive. Now if Ruby's right, if Ruby's correct, that means, yeah, if you talk about three election cycles, yeah, they'll pretty much die in prison. If what Ruby's saying is accurate, they'll die in prison, unless you have mountain roaches. Mountain, unless you have mountain roaches. Oh, damn, I don't even want to see no mountain roaches. Damn. Well, oh gosh. Well, you know, damn, Chubbs, you got me on that one. Mountain roaches, because I remember a long time ago seeing mountain roaches, and those things are huge, man. Jesus Christ. Oh man, you bringing back memories. Oh man, you tapped into my memory, man. I forgot about mountain roaches, bro. I've seen mountain roaches. When I went camping, I was about 12 years old, and I remember we were near a tree because we were doing archery, and we saw this damn thing about this long, and we were like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "We were like, it looks like a roach," but the thing was so huge. And we were like, oh, yeah, it was terrifying. I ain't never seen a roach that damn big. The thing was literally that big, man. That thing was scary looking. So, yeah, mountain roaches. What's going on, Foxtail? So, let me see. Ooh, wait a minute. Unless you have mountain roaches. Okay. So, back to these judges. Mountain roaches are better than death claws. I saw a log house have them big one, and one man couldn't get rid of them. Yeah, like I said, the size of them are so scary. Like I said, I remember. That's how like you triggered my memory, and I was 12 years old, and I still remember the size of it. Like it was on a tree, and it was huge, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" So let's get back to the judges, y'all. Let's get back to the judges. So these judges, when they are in courtroom, because I've seen it thousands of times, when they're sentencing people, they're looking down. A lot of times when y'all notice, look at any court show, when the judges are looking down, there's a guideline to tell them how much time to give them people. They look at prior convictions, they look at this and that. So the judges are looking at these books every single day. So this is why it's going to be hard on these judges, because you look at sentencing every day, like harboring illegals. I don't know. There's so many crimes out there. There's so many laws on the books, and those judges, like I said, when he got arrested, he knew he wasn't. He was like, okay. Now his wife had a look on her face, but he was like, okay, I'm getting arrested. So it's almost like the judge snapped. I guess he snapped. I don't know what the again this and again I don't want to sound funny, you guys, Ruby, Fox, Chubbs, Nolan. I don't want to sound funny right now, but I'm gonna say this, and you guys might start laughing. You guys might go, "Oh, here we go again." But TDS is real, and I'm not excusing the judge's behavior, but TDS. I've said this, and I've said this time and time again, Ruby, that TDS is a real mental illness. And yes, it will cause you to break the law. It will cause you to just be irrational. It will all senses leave. And this is the ultimate case. The judges are the ultimate case to prove this TDS. I'm not crazy. I'm trying to tell y'all TDS is real. If it will cause a judge to know that they're breaking the law, that they can get time, you ain't wrong about TDS. Ruby, I'm trying to tell you. And this is the ultimate case of TDS. This is the ultimate case of TDS, that if TDS will cause you as a judge, Ruby, imagine you go to college and you're learning law. You're learning law. So the rest of us is right here. You're right here when it comes to law, knowing the law, the ins and outs of the law, whether you be a judge or an attorney, you are learning the law. So you are like, you know more than the police, you know more than attorneys, you are a judge. And so you know the law in and out. So you walk that narrow line like you don't break the law, because you know it like you know the back of your hand, Ruby. You know it like the back of your hand. And you mean to tell me that you're willing to do time, you're willing to risk your family, because they arrested his wife too. That it's gotta be TDS. Never in history. I'm 52 years old, Ruby, Fox, and I've never. I mean, I'm sure there are judges that get arrested, but openly, like, can we move to now? Let me. Okay, and I don't want to take the focus off the New Mexico judge, but let's go to the Milwaukee judge. The Milwaukee judge openly, you got law enforcement. I believe. Hold on, limbs are both missing some cells. They just think good, always wanting evil. Again, Chubbs, that condition is called TDS. That condition is called TDS. There's no other explanation for this. I cannot rationalize why a judge would risk their freedom. Problem is that Dems and Republicans both have looking at the other way instead of holding them judges accountable. Um, there's no way out for those judges, U.S. Army. Especially, like I said, you harboring MS-13. That's number one. But let's look at. Can we look at the Milwaukee judge? Because I know Chubb is like the other one was worse. But let's look at the Milwaukee judge. Now, you and I, U.S. Army, we can't harbor and help. You can't even. Okay, say for instance, a person breaks out of prison, right? You can't even have them stay at your house. You can't even have them come to your porch without law enforcement looking at you sideways. Let's just say a person breaks out of prison and they just knock on your door for some water. They don't even know you. You know they're going to question you. So you can't even have a fugitive knock on your door and ask for water. Let me say that again, U.S. Army. If there was a fugitive that knocked on your door and asked for a glass of water, you gave them a glass of water and they got the hell on, they are coming to your house and they are going to detain you and question you for some hours, sir. They're going to question you for some hours. So, for at least 12 hours, your freedom is detained simply because this mofo knocked on your door and asked for a glass of water. He could just say, "Sir, I just need a glass of water." And that kindness out of your heart, let's just say hypothetically, I'm not saying you would do this, Army. You give them a glass, well, I would, I'd be under the microscope, finally. Right. So you see my point. So, right. Both are good, Fox. Both are good. Okay, I missed that comment that Fox left. Yeah, but what I'm saying is right. You will be under a microscope, and being under that microscope, you will be detained for at least 3 hours. So that's 12 hours of your life. You can't go nowhere. Oh, you want to go to the bathroom? Okay, we're gonna come with you to the bathroom. Oh, you want to get something to eat? Okay, we'll order you something to eat, but you're not leaving here because this fugitive who escaped from prison knocked on your door, and for some reason you gave him a glass of water, so you must be in cahoots with this guy that had just escaped from prison. So why do these Democrats feel like, oh, well, the judge, no, like they okay, not so much the judge in New Mexico, but the judge in Milwaukee was in the courtroom, right? Law enforcement, ICE, which is law enforcement, ICE is law enforcement, which this judge knows this. Got a call. It was good one. It was good one. Made me laugh. ICE called and said, "Hold, Mister." Let's just say his name was Mister Garcia. Hold, Mister Garcia. We are on our way. We are law enforcement. We are deputized. We are ICE. We have handcuffs. We have guns. We have all this law enforcement stuff. Hold that man. As a judge, you're supposed to hold that man. Shout out to Clay Higgins because the same thing I'm telling y'all. He told the damn uh, mayor of Chicago, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to hold these people. To where Ruby mentioned the TDS thing, and you will see the Chubbs and I are talking about. Oh, okay, got you, Fox. Yeah, I got you. So, um, what the hell? Flashing their lights. What the hell? Oh, okay. So, what I'm saying, the point I'm making here, the TDS, yeah, the TDS is real because that's the only thing I can rationalize why these judges, like, with like you got on, like, ICE was on the judge from Milwaukee. ICE was like, "Yo, hold him." Okay, let's see. Ruby says they forgot Sleepy Joe was not there anymore to protect him. Oh Lord, I guess that's another symptom of TDS. Like, Ruby, that's a good point. That backs up my TDS again, the TDS syndrome, because Joe Biden lost and Kamala Harris lost. Like, you don't have them to back you no more. Like, what? Like, no. So again, that must be TDS, Ruby. Yeah, I'm backing what you're saying. It must be TDS. Like, because Biden was not there to back him. So yeah, Biden was there. They were able to do all that, but Biden got stabbed in the back by Nancy Pelosi, and Kamala Harris didn't have a chance because she's spending $10 million on Beyonce, 5 million on Meg The Stallion, 2.5 million on Eminem. Eminem got the least amount of money. Goddamn. Woo. But anywho, that's a whole nother show. But what I'm saying is that she was too busy spending money. How do we turn this into Kamala Harris? Oh gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just going back looking at this printout of $10 million to Beyonce, 5 million to Meg Thee Stallion. Katy Perry got 2.5, and Eminem got 1.5. If I was Eminem, I'd feel a type of way. How did Katy Perry and goddamn Meg Thee Stallion get more money than Eminem? That's a whole nother show. I'm not going to even discuss that because Kamala Harris is not the brightest person in the world, but she got her Beyonce concert. What's going on, Kelly Ray? What's cracking? Kelly, we trying to figure out these two judges. We're trying to figure out these two judges and how. Now, Kelly Ray, let me ask you this question because I just asked if there was a fugitive from around where you live, right? And they knocked on your door and asked for water and left, would the police come detain you for 12 hours of questioning, Kelly Ray? What would happen, Kelly Ray, if a fugitive just not. Hey, you chubs, foxtails, Kelly Ray said, okay. Kelly Ray, what would happen if a fugitive just knocks on your door and asks for water? You don't even know this person. This person breaks out of prison, knocks on your door, drinks the water, and then they leave. Surveillance got it on camera. What would happen to you, Kelly Ray? I think Kelly Ray's know what happened to her. Ruby will know what happened. Everybody will know what happened. Well, this judge again in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, wait. This judge is in your side of town, Kelly. Wait, this judge is in your side of town, Kelly. Oh, snap. So Milwaukee, where Kelly is from, this woman got a call from ICE and said, "Hold Mr. Garcia or Gonzalez Garcia. Let's just say Garcia. Hold Mr. Garcia, and we're going to come for him." She's like, "No." And she said, "Okay, I'll hold him." Click or whatever she said. That kind of happened before. You cannot harbor a fugitive. Well, apparently the judge up there in your neck of the woods, Kelly, harbored Mr. Garcia. So apparently, I guess she felt, well, he's technically not a fugitive. He's a legal alien, but he's technically whatever she thought. She averted ICE agents because the ICE agents were coming. She got Mr. Garcia and got them out the back door. She's like, "Shh, come here, come here. No, we're not going to come on." But again, this might be some TDS. She helped Mr. Garcia evade ICE. ICE is law enforcement. So you what's the word? You obstructed justice. You aided and abetted a fugitive. She actually let the people out the back door. Thank you, Kelly. Right, right. That sounds like evading law enforcement. That's what that sounds like. Aiding and abetting a fugitive. What you described sounds like aiding and abetting a fugitive, Kelly. That's what that sounds like to me. Like I said, Kelly, if you were to do that, you'd be locked up. Well, she's locked up, but she got out. But now she's facing an investigation and she's going to court. But let that be you, Kelly, in the same city. We would all have to be raising money to get your bail money out because, yeah, that's aiding and abetting a fugitive. And that is a felony. That is a felony. So, oh, man, there we are with the judges. There we are with the judges, y'all. So, one in New Mexico, Democrat judge breaking the law, breaking the law, and one in Milwaukee, two Democratic judges just overtly breaking the law. Maybe they can plead insanity due to TDS because I am acknowledging TDS is a real disease. So maybe they can get off with insanity by TDS, by this disease called TDS. Maybe they can get off. Maybe they won't have to do time. If they recognize, now they have to recognize now, they will have to admit them to the hospital. I will say that. So their freedom is not, they're not free yet. But I will say if they recognize TDS as a real mental disorder, then they should get off based on the TDS. If aiding and abetting a fugitive is against the law, then please explain how the F's sanctuary cities were a thing. That's a good question, Fox. She might manage to do this for multiple people, provided coverage for ICE. Right, Kelly. Yeah, yeah, and she was just bold. She was just bold in her. But again, she might can get off because the person. If I was her lawyer, I would plead TDS. I'm trying to tell you, TDS. I would, man, I would get my clients off from TDS, but we got to recognize it. Ruby said if both of those law license, that would be as good as jail time. Yeah, Ruby. Oh yeah, they're not, their judgeship is gone. That's yeah, they're no longer going to be judges. That your judgeship is out of here. Oh, look at this line. Damn, I'm not going there. I'm gonna have to. Ooh, look at this line. I just want some fries from damn Chick Fil A. Do not go to Chick Fil A on a Saturday anywhere in Georgia. Oh God, I gotta turn around because oh gosh, damn that. Yeah, that Chick Fil A man. Yeah, do not go to any Chick Fil A on a Saturday in Georgia. Um, get off 78, bro. I'm trying to, Ruby. I'm trying to. No, I'm actually no, Ruby. I'm on. Believe it or not, I'm on Lawrenceville Highway, which is actually worse. Which is worse than 78. I'd rather be on 78 than damn Lawrenceville Highway. I'm in Gwinnett, and let me tell you, I'm. Let me tell you, traffic is atrocious in Gwinnett. Hey Beverly, how you doing, Beverly? Yeah, Beverly, we're just talking about we were just talking about these two judges, the one in New Mexico and the one in Milwaukee, who obviously broke the law. But right now, we're going to segue into okay. What is Kelly Ray said? Kelly, we have a whole illegal operation going on up here. Oh yeah, allegedly my stupid rep is trying to defend her and acting as if. Oh wait. That's a good comment. ICE and Trump are the problem. You got to be. Yeah. Again, TDS Kelly. They're going to fight this, fight this, fight this, fight this, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight. And it's like you cannot harbor illegal aliens. What are we doing? Kelly, what the hell are we doing? We cannot harbor illegal aliens, especially illegal aliens that are gangbangers. Like, what are we doing? What the heck are we doing? So, yeah, man, people up in Milwaukee, yeah. But again, we all know Kelly lives in a true swing state. See, Georgia's a wannabe swing state. We're not a swing state, Georgia. They keep saying, "Oh, Georgia's a swing state." No, Milwaukee is a swing state, and those mofo's up there in Milwaukee are kind of cray cray. Well, we got Stacey Abrams, so I can't talk. I can't talk about Milwaukee because we got Stacey Abrams that took off with that $2 billion, but she's under investigation though. She's under investigation. So I guess we got crazy libs everywhere. And not just one state. I can't just point finger at damn Milwaukee and we got crazy libs here in Georgia. Like I said, we got Fannie Willis, we got we got Warnock, we got we got Stacey Abrams, Fannie Willis, Warnock. We got some crazy liberals here in Georgia. Trust me, we got some loons here in Georgia. So I can't point fingers at any other blue state. We're not a blue state, but I can't point fingers at Milwaukee because Georgia, we got our share of crazy liberals also. Like I said, but like I said, Stacey Abrams is under investigation though. She's under investigation. Oh, believe that. She's under investigation. Yo, that fucking Chick-fil-A is packed. Man, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, I think y'all might have seen. Yeah, it was. Oh man, I've never seen a Chick Fil A that packed before. So let's see. Kelly Red says. Oh wait. I heard that. Okay. Fox says you are within 30 minutes of my house if you are on in Gwinnett. Um, I'm on Lawrenceville Highway and Indian Trail. Fox. Let's see. Kelly Ray says they want due process. I want to expedite them through the court system. We got to find out way to fast track it for all, and then they see anything. Okay. Chubb says we call her the Gap Tooth Abrams. Yeah, man, Stacey Abrams. You know, hopefully she'll take before she goes to jail. She'll take some of that 2 billion and get her damn teeth fixed. Yeah, hey, get her damn teeth fixed. 45 minutes then. Okay. Ruby says they all got gaslit into believing Cam Cam would win and they would get away scot free. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point, Ruby. They thought Cam Cam was going to win so they could just break the law, and then Cam got their back. Well, it seems like, Ruby, they would make a plan B. Like, what if Trump actually wins? Then what? What if? Come on, dude. You just dashing out at the. Okay. Like, what if Trump wins? You have a contingency plan. Contingency that oh man, I feel like I'd be saying words all messed up. You got to have a backup plan. You can't just expect, Biden and Kamala and we ride into the sunset. No, man, no. So, but Ruby, yes, you make a very valid point. They thought that Cam Cam was going to get in there and everything was going to be all good. They were going into the sunset, and hell, we can keep illegals. Hell, we can keep MS-13 at my house. Who's gonna arrest me? So I get it. Yeah, I get it, Ruby. But apparently, you have to. Jesus Christ! It's like, why am I teaching common sense lessons here? Like, you have to have a backup plan. You have to have a backup plan. They should have known that Trump was going. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess we only saw that. Did me, you, Ruby, Kelly? Are we the only ones, Army? Are we the only ones, Mac, that saw the momentum of Trump with the landslide? Are we the only ones, or did everybody believe the hype that Kamala was going to win? Jesus Christ! I don't know. There's a lesson to be learned here, is what I'm saying, y'all. Um, Kelly says, wait. Ruby says, Stacey is unofficial governor of Georgia. Oh my gosh, that is funny. That is funny. I give Ruby that. I give Ruby that. No, that was funny. Um, Kelly says, I want my rep's job. It appears they don't do ish. Do they work? No, they don't. They don't, and that's why they so mad at damn Elon Musk and Doge. Like they really they don't like investigation of fraud and waste. They don't like that. They don't like it, and they're saying that they're damn near saying that Elon Musk has committed murder. That's what they're saying. Fox says, no, I know she is wide. She is like an Abram tank. Hence, Abram tanks. Oh yeah, Abram tanks. Yeah, yep. That's right, Fox. Chubb says they didn't have a backup plan because their dumbass just wouldn't let believe Trump would win. TDS, I guess. TDS, Chubbs, because you cannot, you cannot, you cannot commit crimes and put your bet on a candidate. If you're going to commit that much crime, you better. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, this should be common sense, you guys. This should be common sense, but I guess they don't have common sense. I guess TDS erodes away at common sense. TDS eats away at common sense. Like, if you're going to commit crimes, you should have a backup plan anyway, regardless of who wins Trump. Regardless, and I know Ruby said, depending on Cam Cam, you should have a backup plan regardless. You're committing a crime. Whenever you commit a crime, things can go wrong. That's all I'm saying. When one is delusional, common sense never comes into play. TDS, Ruby. Ruby just said when one is delusional, common sense doesn't come to again. TDS. I blame TDS. I blame Trump derangement syndrome. It's a real condition, you guys. It's a real disorder. Kelly said my fear is that in 2026 they will flip the seats back blue. Trump has 1 year essentially to make magic happen, if possible. This is why Trump has signed the most executive orders, Kelly, because Trump is thinking just like you're thinking. Trump is like, I can't depend on nobody. I can't depend on Congress. I can't depend on the Senate. Let me just do what I can with these executive orders. And that's why, Kelly, Trump, you and Trump are on the same page. Trust me, Kelly. Trust me. I think we're all on the same page, but trust me, he is signing away at those exec orders. And we know that border's closed, don't we, Kelly? That border's closed, don't we? And there will be more arrests, Kelly. So trust me, Trump is on the. You and Trump are right here. Y'all right here. Trust me on that, Kelly. Trust me, that Kelly. So Trump said they have never had common sense. It started way before Trump ever ran. Facts. That is a fact. Um, Kelly Ray said, "You see Newsom podcast, awful telling." Yo, California and Kelly, I'm from California. There's no hope for California. Their choices are Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris. Not much of a choice there. Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris. Those are their choices. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. It's just I don't know what to say. But yeah, that is California is oof, California. California is gonna have to turn red in order for them to in order for there to be any type of hope for California. They're gonna have to start voting red. So that's all I can say about California. Um, Kelly said, "Yeah, but like Cali reminded me, those EOs don't mean much if they're they're ratified. That has to happen." Right. That is true, Kelly. Well, how long does it take for it to go into effect? Because once, let me tell you one executive order that is going to be hard to put back in the box. And this is for, and I don't care if you hate Trump. No tax on tips. No tax on tips, Kelly. Think about that. Once that's once that's released, how are you gonna put that back in the goddamn bottle, Kelly? No tax on tips. Think about that. Even if you hate Trump, even think about every family member that you hate Trump that has a job working in the hospitality field and no tax on tips comes out. How do you put that genie back in the bottle? How do you ratify that? No tax on tips. They're going to start a riot, Kelly. But let me know, Kelly. Educate me. How do you put that genie back in the bottle? No tax on tips. So once that she's Chubbs. They really do. Oh, let's see. What did Chubbs say? California must have some good weed. They keep holding their freedoms away. That is so true. That is so true, Chubbs. But again, I don't care if you're from California, Milwaukee. I don't care if you're from the bluest of the bluest states. If you're in the hospitality field, even if you hate Trump, but I don't know, TDS, again, that might prove my case and Ruby's case for TDS. I don't see how people. I can see them voting against their freedom, but voting against no tax on tips. I know a lot of people who I actually see that Ruby. Oh, what did Ruby say? Ruby said Breezy Galvin Newscomb is trying to normalize himself in the run of 2028. That is true. That is true. But If anybody goes against that no tax on tips is going to have a hard time, Ruby. They're going to have a hard time. I don't know. No taxes on my bonuses and overtime would be hella a motivator. So I agree with you, Fox. But you got to understand people who work tax jobs where tips where they rely on that, like waitresses and hospitality, that is a big portion of their income. And if you're talking about don't tax them on that, oh yeah, Ruby said amen to that. If you tax, if you let that genie out of the bottle, it's going to be hard to put that genie back in. I don't care who you, Democrat or Republican, if you, because there's a lot of people who depend on tax tip wages, and if once that's released, there's no putting that back. That's going to be permanent. So again, um, that's going to be permanent. So that's going to be hard. I think it would be multiple people, even liberals. Okay, so let's see, Chubbs. Okay. Oh, you guys are going fast with these comments. So let's talk about Big Tish, since we're talking about taxes and paperwork and all that. Big Tish, Letitia James. Miss, I'm married to my daddy. My daddy is my husband. Big Tish, Letitia James. I don't have a 5 bedroom. I have a 4 bedroom. Big Tish, Letitia James. Let's talk about Big Tish, man. Karma is a mother. Karma, karma, karma. Karma, 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 chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. I'm not gonna sing, y'all. I'm just clowning right now. But yeah, Big Tish, man. It's like everything she went after Trump, she did. You can't make this up. And I've talked about, yeah, you got to be squeaky clean, man, before you go after Trump. I've talked about that. So we are witnessing in real time karma. We're witnessing karma, payback, whatever you want to call it. We're witnessing it in real time. We're witnessing it. And it's like everything, every detail that Letitia James went after Trump is coming right back to her. Right back to her. Everything. And then, what's so funny about Letitia James is she was making up stuff to go after Trump. She was making up stuff. And now everything is coming right back to her. Everything is coming right back to Letitia James, man. There's no way out for her. There's no way out for Letitia James, and I don't see Pam Bondi cutting her break at all. And again, Fannie Willis, you're not off the chain. You're not off. I'm telling you, Trump has a very. Why does Trump's messages keep getting erased? Is YouTube? Yo, YouTube is screwing with my damn moderators. That's why I give everybody wrenches. No, karma isn't ish. Karma is just years of what you deal. Yeah, and everything that Letitia James dealt is coming right back to her, and it didn't take that long. It did not take that long. Like, it seemed like just yesterday they were in court. They were in court trying to bring down Trump for some nonsense, and now, and now you got all this stuff being unearthed by Letitia James and her fraudulent activities. Let's just say her fraudulent activities. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. Okay, real quick, y'all, because I'm almost to my destination. Let's talk about the Pope's funeral. and how this is good, chums. So let me talk about the Pope real quick and how Zelensky and Trump met at Pope's Francis funeral, and how this is very significant to um, the situation between Trump and Zelensky. So as you guys know, Trump and Zelensky represents NATO, are not seeing eye to eye on Crimea. The U.S., we are recognizing Crimea as Russian territory, and there's a slight problem because in order for NATO and Zelensky to puff out their chests, you got to keep Donald Trump from leaving NATO. Trump has said either you take the deal that I have or we're going to walk, that being the U.S., meaning Trump walks, that cuts off intelligence, that cuts off weapon supplies, that cuts all that off. So is Trump bluffing you guys when he says he's about to walk? Because that means if Trump walks, that means he gotta leave. We gotta leave NATO. We have to leave NATO. If Trump walks, does Trump bluff? Does Trump bluff? Fox asks, does Trump bluff? NATO's about to find out. I don't think. I don't think so. Trump is about. I mean, NATO's about to find out, along with Zelensky, and unfortunately, the people of Ukraine uh, are about to find out. Does Trump bluff? Does Trump bluff? They're about to find out. Chubb says, Mr. Black Son, yesterday we were given a homework assignment by you how Zelensky was going to escape from Ukraine. Post funeral, if he was there, he should have go back. He shouldn't go back. But what about his wife though, Chubbs? His wife is still in Ukraine. I believe, Chubbs, this is what I believe. I believe his wife is under house arrest because she got detained trying to leave. She got caught at the border trying to leave the country. So again, yeah, if it was Zelensky, he could bounce, but his wife is still there. That's why I said it's not an easy homework assignment. It's not an easy homework assignment because you still have people back in Ukraine being held and detained to make sure Zelensky acts right, Chubbs. So let's see. Chicago Hood says, "Is it a funeral thing? Is it a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God? Scripture says the Pope is a God, hands down now. I personally think he was evil personified, but I'll leave that to the only just judge." Chubb says, "Got you, Mr. Black Son." Yeah, Chubbs. I think that I don't think now if his wife is able to leave, which I don't think is the case, because again she got detained. She got detained trying to leave across the border. She was trying to escape Ukraine. So I think they got her detained because, like I said, once you raise that red flag of suspicion, that's it. I think Trump has to find out how to extract them at this point. And Chubbs, I think Zelensky's wife messed that situation up for him because they're on guard now. They're like, "Oh, you tried to escape." So uh, I think she messed that up, Chubbs. I think she messed up any chance of. Like I said, the only way they can get out now is Trump has to go extract them. He has to go extract them, and that already is going to cause a controversy already. So, you know, that would cause a big hoopla. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But hey, shout out to you guys, man. I'm on what is this? Fox and Ruby will be familiar where I'm at. I'm on between Satellite and Pleasant Hill Road. So y'all know traffic. Y'all will know that traffic is thick where I'm at in Gwinnett. This is the heaviest part of Gwinnett. Is Pleasant Hill Road and off of Satellite. This is thick. It's thick over here. So let me um let me get back to driving. Let me let y'all go. And thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Will Zelensky is the reason Biden. Oh wait, well let me read this comment. I don't want to blame her too much. Oh, Trips, I don't want to blame her too much. Zelensky had to agree for her to leave. Yeah. That's true. That's true, Chubbs. You're right. You're right. I'm just. It's a hard situation, man, because it's a hard situation because you're right. So I agree with you, Chubbs. I ain't gonna put all the blame on her. You're right. You're right, Chubbs. I shouldn't do that. Let me read this last comment from Fox. He says, "Well, Zelensky is the reason Biden sent my tax return to Ukraine." So let him rot in that war he started. There you go. Um, Chicago said, "Nice to catch you live. Love and prayers." Arena mods and chat. Yeah, man. Thanks, Chicago. Hey, um, I'll be in I think Miss Lynn is doing a show later on today, so I'll be in her chat. Y'all see me in her chat, man. Okay, Mr. Black Sun, have a great day, and everyone in the chat. Ruby says, drive carefully, Black Sun. Have a great Saturday. Thank you, everybody. With that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.